All right, hey everybody. Let's see where we left off here. I don't think we have too much left to do. Oh yeah, this. This is gonna be really annoying actually. Oh, how could I forget? Okay, so we need to make kind of a mega shader out of what we have. I don't like this idea of having to do this. So let me think of how I would want to do this. We have an outline shader, and we're gonna modify this so that it draws multiple lines potentially and uses different parameters. I guess setting all that stuff is easy enough. Yeah, I guess setting all that's easy enough. All right. So what are we going to do then? We're going to put in a uniform float or I don't know, vec4 like extra line color. So what's happening here? We need two outlines for this thing. So all we're really doing though is changing the line color and possibly the width as well when you hover over this. So I don't think we actually need to modify the shader at all, maybe. Although we do need to do the alter line over time thing a little bit differently. Yeah. Says I've been live for 40 plus minutes. Hey, Kevin. I was going to say, maybe I didn't end the stream, but it probably would have said I was online for hours at that point. All right, so let's not modify this yet. Let's go change this. Wait, what else do I have here? I added in a new shader. We can delete that. Did I change anything else? Didn't I fix a bug with how growing works? Oh, I just changed how growing works altogether. Um, yeah, okay. So what changed in these scenes? We added in a particle thing. We turned off the collision shape. Turning off the collision shape, I think, is fine. But the rest of the stuff, the shader that I added for this shouldn't be needed. Crop the sprite, that shouldn't be needed. The particles we're deleting. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of all three of these things. Then, let's open this up. We're going to turn this off by default. That I actually liked. That was a good change. Then we're going to show the origin in the viewport again. It's another change that's nice so that we can actually tell where we are in this thing. What does this button do? Oh, center view. Okay, and then we want to add a couple of things onto this. There is one, and there is the other. All right, this will probably mess up everything. Did I break this? No, this still has carrot and pumpkin. That's nice. And it got the shader material, and we do need to set this to local to scene. Okay. So now what? All right, what's the behavior we want here? The like crop.tscn will have an outline that only shows when the plant is ready to be harvested. It'll be thin and let's say green. And then whole harvest crop will have an outline, we'll have that same outline. You'll have another that shows when you hover over the plant. It is probably easiest to just control these totally separately. Yeah, but the only way to do that would be to have the exact same animated sprites. It'd just be so nice if you could have two shaders on one node. Godot, multiple shaders on one canvas item. Now, apparently that's not a thing. New shader material. Next pass. That's a thing? Where is that? It's under render priority? I don't even see that. When is this from? 2024. What? In the shader material itself. Oh, so I gotta open this up. Where is this? I don't see this at all. Next. Yeah, no, it's not a thing. Yeah, weird. It's not 3D nodes, shaders with the type spatial. Oh. There's no next up pass for canvas item shaders. It is impossible to do right now. Okay, that's what I thought. So there is no way to do this unless you make a mega shader. Yeah. Okay, well, it's going to be frustrating to have to do this because then we need to manage these totally separately, but we're going to be saving some state that needs to be in the shader itself. Yeah, so solution one would be duplicate the animated sprite. There's so much wrong with this that it's not really an option. And then solution two is make a mega shader that can do everything we want. I think we're going to have to go with that. Hey again, Sarah. All right, so how are we going to work on this thing? Whole harvest crop now has this same shader. So it did some stuff. Fruiting crop, whole harvest crop. Outline parent on hover. Oh, this needs to be, the outline holder now needs to be in the root. And why do we even make this? Just so we can get the node of the shader and get its shader material and then set things on it. This is public. We could just set it ourselves if we want. Yeah, it is a little frustrating this it works this way. It's a little bit more forgivable because it all is taking place in the GPU. Okay, so now we move the outline holder to the parent. But then outline parent on hover needs to get access to that again. Let's cut this out, put this here. Save that, save this, put that there. Can't operate on that node, that's fine. We point this at the right thing in the root. I just crashed Godot, didn't I? Ooh, that's too bad. Sure love when that happens. Hey, Lepches. Top of the end of the week to you, Tia. Top of the end of the week to you too. I am having a good day, other than this just having crashed on me. Although I think this mostly worked. This points to plant. And then this points to this. And we try moving this here, and it worked that time. Nice. Thanks, King. That's mega king to you. I mean, you could make the outline thing into a method, and from a given shader call, add outline or something like that. I might not be understanding what you're saying, but the add outline couldn't be something that our shader could do. We can't have. Oh, maybe you can pass lists of things and then enable or disable specific outlines, I guess. Oh, my bad, big dog. Yeah, that's better. That is better. This ended up recreating these nodes too. I'm guessing this is stored right here. There are two outline holders now. Oh God, what am I doing? Oh, this is bad. Yeah, I didn't think about this. The fruiting plants need a different outline. Oh God. There's no winning, is there? Because we're outlining two different things now. So the plant itself has an outline holder, and then the fruiting crop needs its own version of this. Oh man. All right. Well, I guess that's fine. Doesn't this have its own shader that's... Yeah, we were testing that out. Isn't there still a shader that we don't want somewhere? Does this have one? No. Where is that testeroni thing coming from? It's apparently nowhere, and yet it's getting saved again. Maybe that's why this thing crashed. If I just close all these things and hit play, what happens? It's creating it again. What is it doing? Where is this coming from? I'm so confused by that. Nothing references it, and yet it's getting saved. Oh, maybe it's referenced by UID. No, even that it isn't. What? What is going on right now? Maybe if I delete it from here? I think I should have read that dialogue. Oh well, it's too late now. Did it recreate it? No, good. Okay, so we deleted that. All right. So now, how do we get this to work? I guess we see if everything's working how it used to, because nothing should have changed here, I hope. Except for we have an outline on all different kinds of crops now. We need seeds. Just keep planting more, I guess. There we go. Save. All right, now we're able to hover over this no matter what. That shouldn't be happening, right? Why is that happening? Doesn't this mean there are two clickable areas too? Oh, I see what you're saying, Kevin. Yeah, that's what I want to do, something like that. It's just a matter of controlling each aspect of the shader at the right time. Oh man, I don't know why we're outlining this thing. I think this is pointing to the wrong node. That's got to be it. What'd that just say is unrecognized? Unrecognized UID? Wait a sec. Is that the one I just deleted? CO4. It doesn't even show up anywhere. Okay, I don't know. I don't really care about that. Yeah, so is this pointing at the wrong thing? Outline holder is pointing to the one that has the plant. This is pointing to the fruit. Outline parent on hover is pointing to the wrong outline holder. Yeah, just haven't had the same name. Okay, so that'll fix that problem. A shader slime to handle this? Man, that would be great. Just feed it some code. It spits out a shader. All right, I think we have this working now normally. Yes, we do. So you can only hover over the things you used to be able to hover over. And if I make one of these things grow, that is working how it should be working. Cool. So far, so good. Now is where this gets difficult. Hey, Plus, you have a hot take? What's your hot take? Does that have to do with slimes? So now what we need is to get the outline holder for the root, which is this. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. That is not it. That's what I wanted to do. Cube World has the greatest rug pulling gaming, was the greatest rug pulling gaming history. I mean, they still made a game. It's not like the final game was bad. It just wasn't what the alpha was. Yeah, and I don't know what the main motivators were for that. I don't know if it was greed. I don't know if it was, I think they mentioned depression at one point. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's sad that people weren't happy with the game, but maybe it all happened for unavoidable reasons. Yeah, I'm guessing a lot of these people talk about like the alpha version. Yeah, if you find the alpha version, it's superior. Started playing in the alpha version. Alpha was amazing. Yeah, the OG was great. why it's a hot take. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I bet there's a rug pull though that's like a cryptocurrency game that then fits it on many levels. All right, so in this case we need actually we might not need anything other than just I'm not sure. I think this is gonna be difficult to figure out. So let's just get started. Outline holder, give private set. What have I messed up here? What is going on? Oh, I didn't give it a name. Yeah, just not thinking. Okay, let's see. Now I go to ready. There's a rope pull one called Tug of War that came first. You should make a rug of war game. This is right up your alley. Just one pun is all it takes for Leptis to be like, I'm doing that. I'm going wild. Rug of war. We're making this game. Okay. Outline holder equals get the outline holder. Great. All right. Now, what do we do? When the plant is ready to be harvested, we need this thing to finally show. So shader material dot, we have a set outline visible. I guess we could just call set shader parameter. All right, line color turns to white. Even this isn't going to make any sense. Oh my God. All right, what do I want to do here? Maybe we should treat this as having another color and another line width and everything else. So another set of parameters, and we just turn that on or we turn it off. What if we did that? What if there were some parameters we could set ahead of time and then just turn this outline on or off? It's only ever, oh no, we might want this to be on separately. Okay, yeah. Something like this could potentially work. Let's try that out. Outline shader. All right, so we're gonna make an extra line color. Source color equals vec4. So we want this to be green, I guess. RGB and like slightly transparent. So something like this. And then we need an extra line width. And that's going to be one, sure. You've owned rugofwar.com for a while now. I'm tempted to go there to see, but I don't know. That's a good idea. Found a stream the other day, played through the demo, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Larvae. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am hoping to get the next checkpoint out in about a month. And it's going to contain fishing and farming and item stacking and perks for the slime and enchanter. And what else? Is there any other major stuff I want in there? Oh yeah, rare items and different adventure progression. Rare items and different adventure progression. I think it's just an under construction page. I think you just direct them to your stream at this point. And then I guess we have whether or not this line is on. Uniform bool is extra line visible. This could be controlled by the color that we have. And then we just set this to false, I guess. Directed to my stream. Wow, all that rugofwar.com traffic is going to come my way. And then we need to pull this out and make this work the right way. Won't that be fun? Okay, I guess let's make a function for that. Void draw outline. Okay, so what do we pass in here? The line color, of course, vec4 line color. The color we're actually modifying in our vec4 color. What else? The UVs. Do we need that? Yeah, we pass it in here, vector UV. All right, we'll find out if we mess this up because we're gonna copy paste this in here and then find out. All right, so now we call draw outline, line color, color, and what is the UV called? UV. Now this becomes lowercase color. It should change these two. And is that all working? So now we would draw another one of these with extra line color, but only if this thing is true. What is that called? Is extra line visible? This can't be right. We don't have the line width. Where's the line width? There it is. And was that a float? Float line width, yeah, float line width. So now we need to pass this in. And this will be extra line width. It should return the outline instead of applying. That way we can still use the original color if we need it. Hi, Magnus. You're saying when you say return the outline, you mean return the color? Because I'm going to at least continue down this branch and then we'll see if I could have done this better. So I want to see if we can even get this working. All right, does it build or is it going to complain about this? I wouldn't be surprised if it complained. Because I don't think it was even highlighting it correctly. Return a color that you're supposed to add. Color plus equal get outline. We can't allow you to add it because the alpha components will also get added. But we can add, no, we can't even add the RGB. We need to like multiply it or something. We need some way of merging those two things. I'm not sure what this is going to look like in the end, but I'm going to try this out for now. All right, so all we need to do at this point is set this to true or false, depending on whether it's fully harvested, this basically. So we set this to true, and we never need to set it to false, actually. Is that it? Is that all we have to do? I'm actually not sure. Okay, well, it broke everything. I guess I wasn't even trying to use this shader before. No, it's just this. Ready to harvest particles. Ready to harvest particles. I deleted this, so that's why it's not working. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. So that's all gone. Draw outline modifies RGB and A, right? It'd be returning the delta. Oh, I see what you're saying. But you can't count on being able to stack multiple deltas. So for example, let's say you had two outlines and they, well, anyway, I'll come back to this. I think we need to do something slightly different there in how we merge the colors, but we could just use mix maybe. Hey, 10x developer, welcome in. I'm still messing something up. What am I doing wrong? Oh, the shader doesn't compile. I thought so. I just thought I would have tried building this earlier. And it's trying to point out where the problem is, but it's really hard to see that here, so we'll just look at it here. This is not what I meant to do. I want to look at it like this. Yes, perfect. Okay, this will exactly point out the problem. All right, now what is the issue? Draw outline doesn't exist, presumably because there's what, a syntax error going down to here? No. Oh, is this there's no like, I forgot what this is even called, but there's no way to define functions after using them? Forward declarations or something? I don't know, let's just try that. Okay, now it's saying you can't redefine line color. So we need to name this something different or name the uniform something different. I don't want to name either one something different. Ah, man. All right, well, width we could rename. Let's rename that to just width, I guess. Although line width is pretty good. Width. This, I guess we could call this outline color. Oh, and then the word distinct is misspelled. Nice. Good job, AI. All right. Let's try that. Let's see if that's working. Still no. I think it's still because of some other shader problem that I have here. Yeah, it is. But I didn't highlight it over here. Oh, now it's highlighting it. Unknown identifier and expression texture pixel size. This is only something passed in through the vertex, but we'd also need the shader here. So I guess maybe what we should do is, I mean, we could pass in every single thing that's needed by this. It's really just these two. And what are these? Texture pixel size is probably a vec2. Texture is a sampler 2D, I think. And time probably doesn't need to be passed in. All right, fine. Let's try this out then. Vec2, texture, pixel size, and sampler 2D texture. And then just make these lowercase. And then pass those in here. So it is texture, pixel size, texture. All right, let's try that now. The but in your sentence makes me fill in the rest of your first clause with you're not approving of C#, Godot, and Apple, which is perplexing to me. So please do explain. Ever think about how coding has as much passing as basketball? Do you feel like it has more or less scoring? Okay, so there's the green outline. Oh, this is working perfectly, right? Wow, that was not that bad. Okay. So now all we need to do is modify the green outline to make it more apparent. Or not more apparent, more pleasant. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, this looks pretty good. I guess because we don't have to mix these colors. Very interesting. Okay, so then how do we control this stuff? If alter line over time, we get a mix color and then choose what we're mixing it with. And that's something we're gonna have to change here. This is uncommon. Oh, that's all you mean? Okay, yeah. So just the construction of this sentence. If you say, but the game looks nice, it means that you wouldn't approve of these things. Oh, I'm targeting all the desktop platforms. But eventually, part of the reason I'm using a Mac, and I guess I have a command for this. Welcome in, Kent. I was on Windows for a long time, and I was making an iOS app, and I couldn't build the iOS app myself. I needed the other developer I was working with to do it, and that was frustrating. Okay, so all we need to do is mix this stuff. But I need to figure out what color we're going to mix it with. It's cropped, so I feel like green fits. And maybe it goes to yellow? Green to yellow? Yeah, that could potentially work. But then we need the alter line over time. We need what this is going to get mixed with. Also, if we just specify the original color that we had here, the outline color, then we don't need an if statement here. Although then we'd be doing a lot more work when we're, yeah, anyway, it's probably not worth doing. Sounded like you were saying hello to everybody. No, you're just saying hello to 10 people. That's all. All right. So there are two different colors we potentially use here, vec3s. Can you have a nullable vec3 in a shader? GLSL nullable vector. I guess we could pass in 0, but we wouldn't know if we're trying to... Oh, no, we would know, because you'll never pass in 0 because it wouldn't do anything. Yeah. How do you compare if a vector is 0? Oh, man, you still need to do the floating point precision stuff? Oh, God. Okay, hold on a second. Let's type this into a better search engine. I just want to see how you're supposed to compare these things. You could potentially just check if it's 0. Floating points can represent 0 exactly. But is there going to be a problem here with any floating point wonkiness? Or should I just pass in a Boolean that bypasses this whole thing? Can you get the magnitude and compare that? Yeah, that's true. I could do that. Feels like it needs a higher level language. I want the tooling around making shaders to be easier to deal with. And magnitude is expensive if you're doing this a trillion times, but it's not going to be too bad if we're doing it just here and there. But I'm already using a Boolean for this. I can just compare the Boolean that we have. So what do we want to do? We always want to vary this line, and we just need to get what color we're varying it with. So I guess this is something like vec3 outline color variation, and then a Boolean about using that variation. Use outline color variation. So we're always going to pass something in for this, and it's just not always going to make sense. Can we also, at this point, space these things out so this looks better? Okay, so if we use this, then we use the outline color variation here. This is actually not correct. We've got to pass this in. And this, the caller should know what to use for this. This is alter line over time. And then vec3 outline color variation. Yeah. Okay, now use this here. And then for this is always going to be true. And we're just going to pass in a color that is yellow for right now. So what is yellow? This. And then what, half green? I don't actually know. And I'll figure that out later. And then this stuff goes away. So this changes. Use outline color variation. The mixed color is just going to be this. So we can delete this altogether. And instead of mixing with the mixed color, we mix with this. Oh God, the time needs to change. Man. That's not going to be something that we can easily do. And it's not something I even want to pass into here. I guess we just pass in the time code. I wonder if what we should do is we should pass in the color to be mixed with and just have the caller figure this out. Yeah, this should be like outline mixed color. And we'll have the caller compute this based on vec3 0.5 plus time component divided by 2. No, we'd have to pass in the time component then, huh? Man. Overload the method with an amount. Yeah. I might do that. All right, fine. I'll pass in the time component for here. But it should probably just be the whole vec3 that we pass in. How does GLSL mix work? It can take in any of these things, and then we choose how we mix this for all of this. Why don't we just pass in a float for this? Why do we even need a vec3 here? Is this not valid? Use outline mix color. Use outline mix color. Invalid argument. 2 should be bool, but is float. This is a float? Or is this a bool? Oh, whoops, I messed this up. All right, now what? Different problem? Or 2 should be vec3. Okay, so it's a color, a vec4 color, vec3 color, a boolean. Wait, no, this whole thing got messed up. Oh my God. I don't know how I did this. This should be up here. And then the boolean. Yeah, there we go. All right, this whole thing built, thank goodness. But now we need to pass in the time component that I wanted. So we can just use a float here. So I guess let's pass that in for this too, time component. How fun. Okay, so I want that. I want to delete this. And now the caller can figure that out. And this is going to be like so. And then we pass that in as argument number 5. I will eventually make an overload for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the only other thing we need is a time component for the other modulate, which can just be something. It could just be whatever other color we used here. I think we'll just put sine time. Yeah. Float time component. And then put this here too. Okay, now I don't know how redeclaration of block scope variables works here. In some languages, this is fine. In this, it is maybe fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 time components. It didn't complain about it. I mean, we also don't have to redefine it, but yeah, it didn't complain about it. Okay, let's try this out. Just receive a single color. Can we do that? We need to mix it with the outline color. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe we should. All right, load the game. We should probably save so that we're actually looking at that. That's kind of what I wanted, except for it's going to orange instead of yellow, because I guess yellow is full green. And I only did half green. But it's not a bad effect. Is it visible when you're zoomed out? No. I mean, not for my eyes, at least. It kind of is for the green, but the orange isn't. But I think making it yellow would make it stand out a little bit more too. So let's make that yellow. Okay, that is much more apparent. Going from yellow to green also looks pretty nice. If we sped this up, would it also flicker faster? Yeah, it would. Okay, I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, nice. All right. Okay, so do people like this effect? Here's how it'll look from the beginning. So let's just harvest everything. And then I'm gonna spawn in some potions. So it's gonna plant some crops here. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be on by default, won't it? No, it won't. It won't. I did that correctly. Yeah. So let's plant even more. So while they're growing, they're gonna look exactly the same as how they used to. and I can speed up one of these, and then that's what it's going to look like when it's done. So it's going to stand out and clearly indicate that it is ready to be harvested. So does that look good? And is it clear that that can be harvested? Because I think it'll be apparent to you. And we're going to add tooltips next so that it says this is ready to be harvested or something like that. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, cool. The green kind of blends too much with the sprite. Okay, what if we made it cyan? So let's take a picture of the green. We got to wait for it to be green again. There. Okay. And then if we want contrast, instead of green here, what we could do is we could make this cyan, which might be too bright. And then load the game. Is that good? Looks a bit radioactive. I mean, good radioactive or bad radioactive? Like we just got bitten by a spider and we have superpowers, or we just got a thing of sludge dipped on us and we're deformed. Cyan is easier to see zoomed out. I think it's still nice. I think I like the cyan. Yeah, okay. It's better than the green. All right, cool. So good radioactive. All right, nice. I'm happy with that. All right, so now we have to figure out how to make this a little bit better. So first, let's copy paste this entire thing and just save it in temp for now. Outline.gd shader. All right, because I just want to have that saved somewhere. I don't want to commit this yet. That's why I want to actually get this working. So what we do is we're mixing it with some color. And the color that we're mixing with, this is passed in. This outline color is passed in. And the time component is passed in. So yeah, the color can figure out all of this stuff. Then we don't even need the Boolean passed in here. So yeah, all we need to do is pass in an outline color. All right, then let's delete all of this stuff. Are we deleting this, this, and passing this to the caller? Wait. No, that's not entirely true, is it? No, it could be true, yeah. So all we're gonna do is set the color of this, assuming that you pass this in. Great, all right. Color.rgb equals outline color.rgb. Are you making this always transition to the same color from the given color rather than two given colors? From this to the same color from the given color. This function, you mean, or the effect in the game? Because in the game, I was thinking it'll always just go from yellow to cyan, for example. Just something that's visible, that's all. But this function can be made generic. And it actually should be generic already. I think I hard-coded something somewhere to be, yeah, like these. These don't need to be hard-coded. All right, so this needs to be on the caller side of things. And we're going to do all this here. So this is going to get us a new outline color that we use. And it used to be argument numbers 4 and, well, just number 4. That was this outline color variation. We need to pass in what the outline color is. We get line color, so we need to mix that ourselves. So line color gets mixed with outline color variation. Line color, outline color variation. This would be line color. Time component is all set there, that's fine. This needs to be put up here. Delete actually 3 of these arguments. We don't yet. Leftist, thanks for the resub after 27 months. Get time accelerator. Yeah, I will probably do that too. I think it's a good idea. Code softener. Sounds like What is that? Soft sand and Pokemon? Haven't you been playing a lot of Rogemon? This. These are all gone. This is Vec 3. This is yellow. So we still want the yellow. I want that to be down here, I guess. And this is something that's always going to get mixed with the outline color that we had, which is extra line color. Mixed with this vector. And that becomes a Vec 3 outline color, which we then pass into here. I'd love for there to be an auto formatter in VS Code for this. There probably is, and I need an extension. But I do not like the tabbing being messed up. All right, now what am I missing? This, we're setting color.rgb. That shouldn't exist. It should just be the outline color. Do that. There. All right, let's try that. Use outline mix color. That is the variation that we had. Use alter line variation. Then we can just put this here, right? Yeah. Move on. I think you're looking for a different spelling. You're looking for the French and not the Disney movie. Maybe change the language to C. Oh yeah, I think it's Dart right now, doesn't it? GLSL. Okay, I don't have that. There is a language for this, and it is configured. No, it doesn't auto format any of those. That's too bad. C++ maybe? No. All right, I would need formatters built in for those things. Let's set this back to a GG shader. So invalid argument. Function 1 should be a vec 4, but it's a vec 3. Oh man, my bad. But then nothing's going to specify the alpha of this thing. We're mixing the outline color variation, which is a vec 3, with the line colors vec 3. So the alpha is never going to be used here. I mean, we could just set it if we wanted to, but that's not a good idea. We should just be passing this in with the line color, right? Yeah, it's already a vec 4. Why don't we just do that then? Why? Ugh, I don't know. All right, yeah. Let's change that then. So this should be a vec 4. Should just have 1 as its alpha. So then this gets to be a vec 4. And then at that point, this is also a vec 4. This is just equal to line color. Yeah, and we might as well just write this here. And I did the same mistake down here. Yep. Okay. I would like to not be doing this anymore. Is it still working? Yep. Hi, QWERTY. Have a good lurk. Come work on your stuff. No, I want to still do the farm stuff. I just want to move to the other tasks I had. Okay, so now we want to make a function out of what we've done here, which is that we get a color mixed based on a time component. And it's pretty much just use sine or use cosine. So wait a second, let me try something right now. If we just make a function called foo here and do nothing in it and then call foo from here, this doesn't work because there's no, yeah. All right, I was just curious. And it's okay, we can put this in the include file. So what is it we actually want to do? We're doing this thing twice. We're setting the time component, and then we're doing a mix based on those things. It's based on the time component. I think the mixing of colors being its own thing is fine. I think it's really just the time component stuff I'd want to have change. So like float um, get time for mix. No, get time. Use sign. All right, well, it's this. And then just return this. Good. So here it is like that. Delete that. And here it is the same thing. There. Okay, we should still be good. It should still look exactly the same. Yeah, I don't see any differences. Okay. Nothing else looks weird in the game? No, that's broken. Mm. Yeah, that's broken. Let's get these to go over there. I need him to clear up some of the spaces over here. I guess we need a weapon shop for that. There we go. Now we can actually pick one of these up. Yeah, it's not highlighting any of these. We got to figure out why not. Wait, no, it is. It's not highlighting the one that this came from, unless we're hovering over it. All proceeds go to me. I like the sound of that. Well, it kind of works. It doesn't work in this one scenario where I drag over to here. I have to be dragging onto this item. I don't know why that's happening though. Yeah, it's just in that one case. Oh, because you can't drop the item where it came from. Oh, maybe this isn't the bug. Oh, but it should be highlighting these things green, right? Yeah, it's not doing that. Oh my God, losing my mind. This. Use alter line variation. It's blue or it is green. Blue. Green, yeah, that makes sense. So the green isn't happening? This probably isn't set to true, or I'm mixing these wrong. This should be outline color. Well, that doesn't really make a difference. In fact, I guess this isn't used at all. It can't be the time component is wrong, could it? I wonder, okay, let's try that out. Let's just put sign time here. Or other way around, right? Lowercase sign, capital time. No, it's still not turning green. And now there's something that's just stuck there. How did that even happen? I have no idea what's doing that. Oh, because I have this thing set to true all the time. Oh my God. No, I don't. I have it set to false. I only have it set to true on the crops. Oh God, I've ruined everything. But how? Time component. Did you change any calls to set the shader parameter? I don't think so. We're not seeing green show up. Alter line variation should be false at some point. Where do we set this? Got to be some code where we set this. Here it is. So we set this based on whether something is the closest drop location. So if it's not, then this is being set to false. So if it's being set to false, then something needs to happen through here that isn't. Get time, don't use sign for that. Oh, wait, this is what's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, we're not mixing the color unless this is true. Okay. I think I realize what's going on. We don't need an if statement there. All right, how are we looking now? Now it's always highlighted, which is a problem. All right, this is closer to what I wanted. No, this is exactly what I want. It's just that they were highlighted from the very beginning. Why? Oh, because I'm using the wrong if statement. Oh my God, this should just be alter line over time. My bad. All right. I think I got mixed up when I had like 8 parameters there. No, it's still wrong. Why is that wrong? Alter line over time is false by default. Oh, because we're still rendering even the outline color there. Okay, I see. I'm getting there. We're eventually going to be done with this. And what we used to do in this case is that if this were false, we would just use the line color exactly. Oh, I see. This was inside of the check to see if we had a contrary neighbor. We moved this outside. So we're always passing in a color. We only want the color to be applied though if we're actually in this thing. Which should be what's happening here. Hmm. Line over time. We get the line color set to this. I'm still wrong about something here. I'm like so close to figuring this out. If we weren't altering it over time, we would just set this to the line color, which is what the outline color is. I don't get why that's not right then. Huh. It's crazy that numbers are colors. Synesthetes everywhere are cheering. Maybe this actually is true. And I need to drag an item before it gets like set to false. Because now it's off. I wonder if Godot has a formatter for this. No. Is there a way to get one? VS Code GD shader formatter. LSP, does this have a formatter? There was an indent option there. Oh, but this is just for indenting or unindenting a single line, I think. Yeah. We probably just need to configure a formatter for this. Yeah. VS Code formatter for GD shader. Does it need pop-up? GDScript toolkit formatter not found. Shade view. A GLSL formatter should work too. Let's just search the extension store for GLSL format. Clang format. Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna try this. Not verified. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna try this. Let's just ignore this for now. Hey, Shoe Strikers. On the finish line with my lessons for JS, React, Node.js. Seems like I just started learning and it's already ending. Early April. I need to find a job as a front-end dev. I hate these walls. All right, nice. I mean, congrats. You're almost done. I don't think, unless you're talking about the thing I'm encountering being a wall, because I was gonna say what you're on sounds like you're at the precipice of something new. Playing is just a noise. Next, we're gonna hear what the fox says. Yeah, I'm not totally sure how I messed this up, and it's hard looking at this code and not having it be uniform, and I don't want to fix it all myself. So yeah, what we used to have here is we would check if there's a contrary neighbor, and then only if we were actually going to alter the line. Oh, only if there was a contrary neighbor we did anything, which was still the case, right? If there is no contrary neighbor, we just exit the function. So we're still only doing something in that case. We're always going to compare with the outline color that we had. And the outline color shouldn't be any different. I didn't alter these parameters. I just don't know. I just don't know. We never modify this for an item display, but just in case, let's just delete it. I'm encountering walls. Just click on your walls. It's like eating popcorn. I love it. It doesn't highlight them when I, oh no, it does highlight them. Why is this happening? All right, well, we know what's happening, so I should just throw the assumptions out the window. We know that this code must be getting called. So let's stop that call. And now we should not see any lines ever. Yeah, no lines. We click this, drag, no lines. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we know for sure that this is the culprit. Obviously, it's called draw outline, and we're seeing an outline. But what we don't expect... Oh, wait, the thing about the contrary neighbor, though, that's always going to be the same set of pixels for all of these. And apparently the way we check this is by checking if the outline color A is greater than 0, which I think is maybe the difference between the old one. Line color. No, that's not true. And the color of this pixel is less than or equal to the transparency threshold. I'm trying to think if the condition could somehow be different. Was there something else I did? A set is highlighted. What did this do? If highlight add to node? What is an object highlighter? It's this. And it sets the line color to be transparent. Is that why? Because we don't deal with transparent outlines correctly. That might be why. But that's why the outline shader checks to see if the outline color is actually set. Oh, which maybe we're undoing. We set it to the line color. The line color might be transparent, in which case it's then off. But then we're going to modulate it with this, which will make it no longer. Okay, I see. I understand now. This is why we only ever mix the RGB of this stuff. Okay, so I think that might fix it now. And we let the alpha just do whatever it wants to do. Yeah, that looked like it fixed it. Yup, that fixed everything. Okay, well, I learned. And that is in my name, is it not? All right, I kind of don't want to touch this anymore. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. I'd really like to format this though. Is there like online GLSL formatter? There isn't. Checker, formatter, etc. Oh, nice. Error, flat is a reserved word. This is, I need it for shaders, GD shaders. This is so bad. Outline function should return the color, maybe just a Boolean, whether the outline should be applied. Based on the alpha it returns, you can know if the outline was applied. But then we're going to need to do this in the color side of things. I don't think that's a good idea. Is there seriously not a way to format this automatically? Online shader editor. Is this working? This isn't online. Unless I'm looking at the editor and I don't understand what I'm looking at. Oh, whoa. Clicking that ran this? What is this? A shader editor for ants? How are you supposed to read any of this? What am I looking at? It's so tiny. Well, anyway, does it format? If it formats automatically, that's all I really care about. It does not appear to be formatting. Wow. Okay, well, let's get out of here, I guess. Yeah, I don't see a way to format this stuff. All I want is... All right, I'm done. Oh, actually, no. Hang on. I didn't search for the right thing. Yeah, I'm done. Whatever. We're going to manually format it. Fine. Is there a way we can just like back out of this whole thing and have it formatted for us? Or do a better job? Like, what is with this tabbing? All right. We're going to eventually be done with this. That's all fine. This is messed up too. Okay, I think that fixed it. All right, so these are never customized, the extra line color and the extra line width, to the point where I don't know if I even want to have them there. Yeah. All right, I think I'm done with this. Okay, let's read through this. What do we have now? Time. Yeah, all this looks fine. think we just have one last thing left to do. This also needs to be changed. Yeah, this can't go here. It's got to go below. We don't need this. We don't need this. Do you have a rough estimated day for launch? I don't. I've been very bad at estimating this stuff, and I don't think I should even give estimations anymore. I think it's the process that matters at this point. And I'm pretty good at estimating when the next checkpoint will be. The next checkpoint should be in the next, like, probably 4 weeks. And checkpoint number 5 is going to have a whole bunch of features that we need validation for. So things like the farming system that we're making. Is this fun? Is it good? Do people get it? If the answers to all those questions are, if it's yes for all of them, then I'd have more confidence moving forward with just building out content than making new systems. Yeah. Anyway, I'm very much looking forward to the next checkpoint. And I've said this for every checkpoint because they're always very exciting, seeing what happens and getting a little bit more hype around the game. All right, I don't like this being called Outline Holder 2. So this is the, what do we call this? I guess they're both outline holders. This is a fruit outline holder. Yeah. Fruit outline holder. Okay, that's clear because this is pointing to the fruit. This is pointing to the plant. So maybe we should just call that plant outline holder. Yeah, good. All right, so we just don't check in town. Everything else should be checked in. God, this was nuts. Nuts. And all of this was for just getting it to show like it needs to be harvested. Although, granted, part of the reason this took this much time is because I did spend time trying to get a particle system to work and it just never looked good. Yeah, so we turn this on, we click this, we wait for it to plant some crops. Good. Then we grow our crops and it breaks. I changed the name of the outline holder and I never changed it over here. This should have been plant outline holder. And same thing for the, no, it's actually, I don't think we have to change the fruit one. Yeah, the fruit one shouldn't matter. I'm just going to manually do this again. Yeah, good. Oh, it is breaking. But how? This should point at the right thing still. This does. This does. This one doesn't. Huh. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. All right. Well, should be fixed. Hey, James. All right, you ready? We build this, build this, build this. Click this thing, click this, click this. And now we get our crops. We speed up time. We wait for all this to grow. All right, nice. All working. Yeah, neat. Let's check it in. Make it obvious when plants can be harvested. They now outline yellow/cyan. This involved making a mega shader out of our outline shader. It actually wasn't too bad. A lot easier to see when they're done. Yeah. I think it looks a lot better too. And I think it's more pleasing to see this sort of gradual shift. Oh my God, I have to make a way to plant crops. Yeah. Maybe when you right click the seed maker, it'll just automatically produce whatever it's supposed to produce. That'd be a good idea. Let's do that. So the lever, here it is. This has a clickable area, right? How do you toggle this? What? Did I put it on the item machine? Oh yeah, the item machine has it, not just the lever. Okay, well then fine. We put it on the item machine. Clickable area. No, it's I'm so lost. What is going on this afternoon? There's some code to control clicking in here. There it is. I just didn't see it. Yeah. All right, so here's what we want to do. We want to make it so that on right clicked we do something. And in this case, I guess it won't toggle the thing. It's gonna indicate that it was right clicked. So yeah, os.hasFeature debug. Then we'll emit a signal that is something like debug. I'll just say right clicked. No, yeah, debug. Yeah, right clicked, I guess. I don't know. I'd add it to the machine so you can skip that event and the handler and all. Do we use the clickable area on the machine? Like, why is it even there? I think it's just for outlining. Yeah, I don't think we use it for anything else. I think the lever should definitely have the handlers for this. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Item machine. Clickable area. Yeah, this is just for hovering. I'm actually not even sure why this is here. Figure out if you clicked this. Why would we do that? Why would we do this? What does this even do? Oh, it's an item destination. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. So I'm happy with this. We need to change this thing. So we're gonna have debug right click. What this is gonna do is it's gonna, I guess I'll say like on debug cheat value. Sure. Let's actually rename that. So it's just debug cheat value. All right, and then what's this gonna do? Well, let's accumulate like a whole bunch of value in here. What happens when we do that? Nothing. You can't do that. This is protected. Oh man. Yeah, we can't do that. We need to override this for each individual derived class. So I was gonna make a PS5 version. I don't think I said that. What are we what are we talking about? Not you gonna make one now? I see. I think that if we make a controller version, that making this work for PS5 would be pretty easy. Do people play indie games on PS5? Is that a thing? Because I know people do on the Switch, but I don't know what sales are like on PS5. Hey, wow. If you think about it, code is like the skeleton of the game. I don't think about it. I do. I play Don't Starve. Trophy hunters do. Yeah, I wonder what sales are like compared to Steam, let's say. Is Terraria on PS5? Playable via backward compatibility. Okay, Terraria sales on PlayStation. Is there a way to figure that out? Like, do they have a number of reviews or something? 66,000 ratings. Yeah, I wonder if you can figure out from this roughly how many people bought it. Because on Steam, it's way more. On Steam, it's 1 million. Yeah. Now, granted, that might be for the PS5 store. I'm not familiar with how that stuff works. So maybe there's like a PlayStation 4 set of reviews or something, or I'm not sure. Yeah, rookie numbers. Skeleseller is gonna go through the roof. All right, so the way we would do this is we have some like fake turn in item thing here. Oh, what's all this doing here? Well. We have an accumulated item value, but then we call update seed count. Yeah, so we need to eventually call this. Maybe what we should do is make this like an update that can be done from the base class. I don't know, but at this point, I'm already thinking I spent too long on this. I don't really care anymore. So let's just delete all this code and go back to working on tooltips. All right, so that's done. That's done. That's done. Okay, tooltip. Tooltip for plants, when you hover over them, that tells you how much food they're worth, what the name of the plant is, the maturity level. It can show the exact time. Maybe it'll also say when it's ready for harvest. But also say when it's ready to be harvested. Okay, let's go do that. So this is going to be when you hover over the... Well, what should happen when you hover over the farm? Probably nothing, right? Like it could tell you something like you could plant seeds here, use the seed maker, but I think you'll just talk to the NPC and then they'll tell you how your farm works. So I don't think we need a tooltip unless there's a crop there. So let's assume there's a crop there. Let's do this. Then yeah, hovering over this should show you something. So yeah, let's go do that. And it needs to update in real time, probably, which the enchanter books do. So let's go look at those. A lot of people have the pass that lets you play games for free. That's true, but that shouldn't change the review count, I think. If anything, that would add reviews. Well, I'm not saying 66,000 is bad in terms of sales. It's good. And I guess even if it were 1,000, it could still be worth putting in the time to do it. It wouldn't be worth it if you somehow knew you weren't even going to make back the cost of a PS5. Edit the first comment of an issue. Yeah, I know. That would be nice if it had that. All right. So there's on hover start and stop, which we invoke into the parent. And then the parent does this update tooltip. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think Game Pass pays a whole lot. I'm not sure how it works though, because I think Netflix has some set of metrics where like you only have one Netflix membership. And then they obviously know what you watch, but they don't exactly know how to allocate the funds from your membership to all of the licenses that they have. And they figure it out, right? They find a way to do it. And it'd be cool to see how that works. Like if you sign up for Netflix and you don't watch a single thing for that month, does Netflix get all the money? And if you watch, let's say, non-stop on as many devices as you can, which is probably 2, then do they give out more than the membership amount of money? All right, so we need to do something like this for all of the plots, but only when the plots have a crop on it. So we could just put it on the crop and have on hover, and then it passes it up to the plot, it passes up to the farm. The farm has something like this. But then don't we do something special in process? We call update tooltip. And just check to see if the mouse is over these things. Why would we do this then? Yeah, and this just updates the tooltip as needed. It seems like we're doing 2 methods to handle the same thing here. Couldn't we get rid of one of these? What if we did get rid of one of these? What if I just got rid of this thing? Delete. Well, we might need the on stop hover, but still, what if we did that? Oh, now these functions aren't going to exist. Whoops, we can't do that then. We need to just turn them off. All right, so now we need the enchanter. Yeah, this just stopped working completely. I guess we can have show and hide, but do we need update? Is that important? I don't know. So if I click this, I don't think it's necessary. Hey, APX. All right, well, do we have clickable areas on crops? Or plots even? Did I do that? Farm plot has nothing. Crop has, oh, crop has a clickable area. Well, what is the size of the clickable area? Pretty much the whole crop. Yeah, that's what we want. That's pretty good. Then let's use that. So when you mouse over this thing here, we need to know that the mouse is over that. And then, what, do something like this and keep updating it in process? Because I guess those events are only going to get triggered once. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I get it. And the spellbook exposes its mouse over. Yeah. But only one of these things can be hovered at a time. And we should be able to know what source that is. And then when this thing ceases to exist. So I feel like all we really need are signals for these things. Let's try that out. Let's have like an on or like hovered over and stopped hovering over or stop hover over. Okay, pass in the crop. Maybe we don't even need that. Okay, let's put these things here. So now this will pass it up to the farm plot. Yeah, the farm plot can listen for that, hovered over. And we wanted to know that you started hovering over something. I think the reason why I did things the way I did them is because what I'm about to do here might be unreliable because of event order. Like, what I want to do is I want the crop to know when you hover over it and then just pass up to the farm. The farm then keeps a reference of here's the thing you're hovering over at the time. But the problem is when you're hovering over, like, let's say just item displays, I move my mouse very quickly from here to here, and the order of stopping this one and starting this one might be wrong, in which case then it thinks that either two things are being hovered or zero things are being hovered. And I think that's what we were trying to prevent. I don't think C sharp is what's hard to learn. I always kind of liken this to human languages. I can go learn French, but that doesn't make me an expert on, let's say, politics. So if all of a sudden I'm trying to read about French politics, I'm not just going to understand everything because I understand French. And it's the same thing with C sharp. You can learn C sharp relatively quickly too. But just because you know if statements and variables and stuff doesn't mean that you can now like go launch a rocket in real life. You don't know the domains. So I think what you are seeing when you see at least some fluency is it's a combination of the language and the domain. Like I've been working on this game for a year, and I've been working on game dev for many years, and I've been working with C sharp for many years. I'm gonna go launch a rocket. You can launch a toy rocket. Two things I think we should make. Tooltip on parent for a node 2D that uses a collision object to determine when to show the tooltip. Expose the town tooltip globally so we don't have to set tooltip where this shows all the time. Yeah, I'm debating both these things, but kind of silently because I feel my brain stopping. So I'm trying not to divert so much brain power. I think I need to see the thing with the first thing that you mentioned. The second thing that you mentioned, we could do it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Domain, you say? Rugofwar.com, you say? All right, well, whatever. I'll just try this. Yeah, I'm probably just losing my mind right now. So what are we going to do? We're pass this up to the farm and keep track of which crop we're hovering over, which might be nothing. Private crop, hovered crop. So this should pass a thing upward. Hovered over crop and stop hovering over crop. Yeah. And then use these things from down here. Crop does not contain a definition for stop hovering over. There we go. And those crops definitely exist, but stopping hovering over it could pass in a question mark, I guess. We actually don't need to know what the crop is when we do that. No, we do. Oh God, this is, I know for sure I had a problem in the past with this. I don't remember what it was. I think we're about to encounter it, and I think it's gonna be annoying, and then we're gonna have to undo this anyway. And I already am pretty certain we're gonna encounter that, so it's just kind of a shame. But what are you gonna do? Okay, so when you hover over this thing, let's make two functions. Hovered over crop, and same thing for this. Good. Number go up. Thank you, Hep. And welcome back. Hey, Darth Maul. Darth, have you tried Skeleseller yet? Okay, so now what we want to do is when you start hovering over this thing, or anytime time passes, I guess, we then show information about what you're hovering over. So let's go make a process function. What's on my sweatshirt? It's just the Skeleseller logo. Public override void. I guess we'll put this in process. I don't really think it matters. Yeah, there's merch. Okay, so what I want to do is if the crop you're hovering over is not null, then I just want to print out maybe something very basic about that crop. Hovering over plus, let's get the crop ID, sure. Let's do that. And then I want to just mess around with this. I want there to be two crops next to each other, and I want to see if this ever breaks. Oh, whoops. Ah, I only planted carrots. I meant to do more than that. All right, let's harvest a carrot. Just harvest all these things. There. Now, what is that? Tomato. Okay, good. Yeah. And yes, this is a bug. We hover over the tomato, it works. We move slowly and hover over the carrot, and it works. But if we move quickly, yeah, now I'm hovering over the carrot and it doesn't say anything. And that's exactly the problem I thought we would run into. It's easy enough to solve. It's just a little annoying that we have to do this. So we can keep track of which crop you're hovered over in the crops themselves. Is there a way to stop this otherwise, I wonder? Because what's exactly happening here? We're getting something like this. Hovered over crop ID. Stopped hovering over crop ID. And then delete this part, maybe? This is what dining philosophers have been trying to solve for centuries. They just get deadlocked trying to figure this out. But not me. We're going to save this. We're going to overload this thing with crops. And then we're going to look at event order. We're going to show those idiot philosophers who's boss. All right, so we move from here down to here. It says hovered over pumpkin, which is the bottom one. Stopped hovering over pumpkin? I don't think that's correct. Yeah, so there it is. 2 hovered overs. But then we stopped hovering over the carrot. So we should just ignore what we stopped hovering over unless it's the thing we were last hovering over. But then I think the same thing can happen in the opposite direction. Hovering over pumpkin. Wait a second. All right, clear this so I can figure out what's going on again. So hard to tell. Yeah, there was. Yeah. So we got the stop after we got the hover. But then can it have any other order? Okay, so here's what I think we do. Down here, if the crop is equal to the hovered crop, then we set it to null. Otherwise, we don't care. But then something needs to know when we've harvested the crop, and that's here. So I guess we do that like so. Yeah. And now I think it's going to work. So now we could print this out. Where'd it go? There. Currently dealing with code that was working, but I rewrote it and now it doesn't work, but there are no errors and I can't see where it's going wrong and it's hard to debug because it's a mesh. Oh, that's rough. I was going to say, if you don't know where you've been introduced to this problem, then git bisect can potentially help. But if you know for sure it was the current commit, then yeah, it's just a matter of debugging. All right, grant items, put a potion in here. Like I said, this should always be good. Hey, bunnies. What's it like coding without Jira ticket updates and meetings and QA messaging you asking for a meeting? It's terrible. Those are the things that make coding coding, you know? Are you really a programmer if you're not stuck in a bunch of process? I have a lot of opinions on this stuff. And in general, I think that if you're on a very small team, you don't need as much process. But as companies get larger, as teams get larger, you need more process for things that most coders shouldn't even think about most of the time, or don't think about most of the time, like legal processes, for example. If you're a small company and you're breaking the law, probably nobody cares unless your revenue crosses a certain threshold and then there's money in prosecuting you. But hey, a company like Google breaks the law and people got dollar signs for eyes. You miss the meetings, it could have been emails. So I definitely don't miss those, but I do miss the sort of in-person camaraderie that would occur from just like you're working together, you whatever, go out to a restaurant afterwards, something like that. 5 hours of meetings, 2 hours of coding, 1 hour of Slack messages. Yeah. I like having some amount of development velocity. I think it's great. Yep. Don't forget the spreadsheets. I like spreadsheets. I still use spreadsheets. Look at this. This is my journal. It's a spreadsheet. Take that, corporate America. I found a way to exist without you. Asked for extra help and he recommended a tutor that didn't help much because I was still lost. Feel like the teacher should take initiative to help a student. I will say this. In this case, it sounds like the teacher did kind of help by getting you to other resources. I don't think it's necessarily their job to do that one-on-one, although it might have been in that case. I don't know. But at least they got you some resources. It's possible the instructor also might have struggled to teach that. It always kind of depends on the student too. All right, so at any given point, it should say exactly what we're hovering over. And it looks like this is correct. Grape, carrot, grape, carrot. Yeah. Now what happens if we harvest this? No, it doesn't say we're hovering over anything. Nice. Okay, this might work. what I do? Excel and PowerPoint. You made solution. Okay, so now we just need a tooltip to show up for this stuff. What do we want to do for that? We want to do whatever the Enchanter Den did. What did the Enchanter Den do? Also, why is this modified? This scares me. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to see what changed. Nothing. All right. Well, let's go look at the Enchanter Den. Enchanter Den. There's a hover area here. Is this what causes the tooltip to show up? At least for the crystals it does, but I think books have their own tooltips. Where is the spell book? There's a clickable area. Does that do tooltip stuff? On hover start. Yeah, it eventually triggers this. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same way. Where does this tooltip come from? It just sets it to the town tooltip. Okay. I'm going to do the same general thing. We're going to put this on the farm. Tooltip. This is show from source or hide from source. And this is on hover. Yeah, let's do this down here. Show from source, hovered crop, hide from source. I guess the hovered crop, yeah. All right, what next? Initialize it. And that's it. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's not it. Then we need set text somewhere. Yeah. All right, well, that's easy enough to do. And that needs to be done from our process thing anyway, right? Yes, update tooltip. Okay, let's go make a private void update tooltip. Hello world. And then plus hovered crop, question mark, crop ID, otherwise no crop selected. Let's do this. There. All right, now what's the problem with this? What is the problem with this? I am a little confused. Can't be applied to operands of type crop ID and string. Oh, because this needs a toString on it. Oh my God. I assumed it could just be converted automatically, but I guess that's not how that would work. Okay. And then we just need to call this from process. Now, I'm not positive if this gets called before or after that frame, so we might also need to do this from down here. Show from source, update tooltip. And then delete all this hovered over nonsense. This shouldn't matter anymore. All right, let's try it. Love the den, very enchanting. What's the difference between a den and a bedroom? Does a den not have windows? Den versus bedroom. Oops. Not the same. I know, that's why I searched this. Oh my God. It's like practically a joke. It's so funny. A den and a bedroom are not the same. A den is not designed for people to sleep. This is so stupid. I just want to find a human who wrote this answer then. What is okay, I'm done. I don't care. I'm finished. I'll never know the answer. And it's okay. If we don't find it within 10 seconds, it's not worth knowing. I think it's just Windows. That's what I'm going with. Not the same. I just need someone to shout that at me every time I wonder if two things are identical. All right, I want to save this so that I've got this working for the future. Let's actually save it with crops, I guess. Save. Okay, so now we hover over. It says hello world, pumpkin selected, tomato selected, etc. Nice. They need another name for it. Yeah, that's also kind of what I would think, but is there any like housing restriction? Oh, maybe it doesn't have a closet. I think in the US, I'm not actually positive, that a bedroom has to have windows and a closet, or else it can't be categorized as a bedroom. I think it's those two things. I don't think there's a square footage requirement or anything. Yeah. All right, what do we say we want in this tooltips? Now we're on the easy part. So it tells you how much food they're worth, what the name of the plant is, maybe the maturity level, and maybe it should show the exact time it's mature. I don't think we want to do that. Ready to be harvested, sure. So let's do something like this. It could say something like pepper, and I could say food value 2. And like growth stage 0/6 or something like that, 1/6, or growth stage 6/6, click to harvest. Yeah, and then maybe some flavor text like spicy. I kid, of course, but maybe something like just a regular pepper. I don't know if we need that. Cars and houses still throwing me off. There's a captcha that they try to solve. They're like, click the den. I'm like, I just can't tell. I don't think flavor text for crops is very interesting because we only have 5 and they're all real foods in real life. So they're probably not going to be that important. I think we'll just do this then. Okay, let's do this similarly to how we did item tooltips. Item data. All right, so title text, we did this stuff. I am at some point going to look through that localization issue again and stop doing stupid things. But today is not the day. Okay, there's no way to see this when you have no crop selected. So I guess if the hover crop is null, then just don't do anything. If it's in universe text as opposed to a Wikipedia article. It would be kind of funny to just paste in the entire Wikipedia article with a browser and everything. People are like, do you know Wikipedia's in this game? All right, so title is going to be the display name of the crop, which we don't even have. I should probably go do that, huh? Yeah. String display name. All right, let's go plug these in. This should be pretty simple. We just do this and this and this. Done. Okay, so now all the crops have display names, and we use these in some place. Where do we do that? Crop variety. Yeah, here. Crops.cast to list. Not that anymore. Now it's going to be select crop all crop data .get crop .display name .cast to an object. Perfect. And then over here, same basic deal. We get this, and we get its display name. And then the other stuff I wanted to write. Food value is next. There's no quantity here. So that's the title. And then the food value. And this is going to be crop data.food value. There's no symbol needed. There's no explanation needed. And then one more of these for, what'd I say, growing stage? Growth stage? Growth stage. Growth stage. Is that not a thing? Oh, it's got to be the crop. Whoops. Growth stage, and then a divided by sign and number of growth stages, what I call this. I don't know. I don't know what I called it. Oh yeah, we need this. Num growth stage, where does that exist? it's protected. Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. Okay, so now we can get that from the farm. Num growth stages. And then if it's ready to be harvested, we can put in parentheses the click to harvest text. And then delete this, delete this. And then this is going to be equal to ready to harvest. Click to harvest. Okay, let's try that out. Sometime today, playing around with source generators, fiddling with the idea of generating methods to get localized messages that automatically get the right parameters. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Could have something about how it was grown and who introduced it to society. Yeah, I do think it's probably not a good idea to add this to Skeleseller, though. Because I think that probably most people wouldn't read it to begin with. They're already not reading the other stuff that I have. What's going wrong now? Num growth stages. This is fine. Does whole harvest crop overwrite this? No. I don't know why that's red. I'm gonna hope that it's not red when I press F5. But there was something else I wanted to do. I don't remember what. How would you theoretically handle localization? Just a static class or singleton? So there's a built-in way in Godot to do this, and Kevin spent some work on, spent some time laying the foundation for it. So I just need to follow that at some point, and I'm just not doing it, and I really should be. It's a 6 out of 7. That's not right. They all say the wrong number. Why? I specifically checked for the number of stages -1. Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just have the number of stages be -1? Hang on a second. Because the growth stage is 0 indexed? Yeah, fine. But then the growth stage should just have a +1 applied to it. Easy. Easy. Yep. The hardest part, well, not the hardest part, but I think one of the hardest parts for me about localization is, I mean, even if you speak 4 or 5 languages, you're not going to speak all of the languages that you might possibly want to localize to. So you can't know, is this the right way of writing something? Does this pun translate well? All right, now what? Let me load this and let me hover over these things again. Nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. By the way, the reason why the text is covered is because I have the cursor set to be gigantic in the operating system. A lot of programs work that way. So that's not a fault of the game. Because like even Chrome does that. If you hover over home and you try to see what is it. Wait a second. Did they change this? Because I just did this the other day and it definitely did not keep your cursor into account. Okay, well, you can see GitHub doesn't. I'm actually very impressed if Chrome is really doing that. But even if they are, they're only doing it there. Maybe I tried it in VS Code. Like if I hover over this. Yeah, like see, you can't even read this text. And there's no way to read it because if you move the cursor, then you're not hovering over it anymore. So you'll just never know what that says. And you can kind of move the mouse a little bit to try to find out. I know it says open chat. But yeah, that's why I just don't even, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to fix that problem. Google watches your stream. That's actually really impressive though, that if they did really fix that based on the size of your cursor. I'm not going to go spend the time resizing the cursor and seeing if it fixes it, but I guess you could test this on your own Chrome if anyone's watching. If you hover over this, relative to the proportions that I have, is it showing in the same spot? Like right at the base of your mouse cursor? Because if so, like I said, that's pretty impressive. Because like no programs seem to account for that. It does? Okay, yeah. Well, then good job, Chrome. I wonder if someone just took the time to do that. Actually, how would that even work? Because your cursor doesn't have to be a pointer. It could be like a Could be any graphic, I think, right? So they'd have to get the extent of your cursor, or maybe they just get the boundaries of it and put it beneath that and assume it's not going to look like a solid rectangle. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to test this with something that's actually growing, and we got to make sure that as it's growing that this shows up correctly. So it says tomato, food value 4, growth stage 1 of 6. We're just going to keep highlighting this until it says 2 out of 6. There it goes. Look at that. It worked. Cool. So now let's speed it up a bit. And when it gets to 6 out of 6, it should say click to harvest. Nice. Oh, then that doesn't go away when you've harvested it. That should probably be done. Whoops. That's a tomato. You're right. Thank you, Nake. For the community filling can help. Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to do too. Tiny useless quality of life changes. I think they help out a lot. I mean, that kind of accessibility change is probably going to impact fewer than like 1% of users out there. But for people who need accessibility settings, I think it helps them quite a lot. Now, granted, probably you also want your tooltip text to be bigger in that case, so you need some sort of like OS level scaling, but maybe they even have options for that sort of thing, tooltip stuff. All right, sounds good, M2. And good luck making it through with your hour less that you have this weekend. Hey, Jedi Potato. So yeah, we don't hide this correctly. Let's see if we can hide it correctly. Stop hovering over crop calls hide from source. But it wasn't actually hiding. Oh, because we never triggered the stopped hovering over. We should probably trigger that when this thing gets harvested. And I think that would just fix this automatically, right? Where is harvesting in here? Here it is. Okay, so stopped hovering over dot invoke. I think that'll fix it. Let's try it. Then after this change is done, the only other thing I had on my list that needed to be done is fixing the dialogue, which is very simple. All right, so all we got to do is click. Yeah, and it hid the thing. And let's do that from scratch now. So I'm going to do this. We're going to hover over. Nice. I'm going to let this thing grow. I'm going to click using my keyboard so I don't accidentally drag the mouse. Perfect. Perfect indeed. So then why did I do what I did in farm here? Why is this here? No, not this. This is not what I want. A harvest is what I want. This isn't needed anymore. Actually, no, it technically could be. But I see what the problem is now. The problem is we need to call stop hovering over crop. And then we shouldn't have needed this to have to invoke this. Yeah, let's try that. When do I get to play this version? Probably about a month from now. I'm aiming for like no later than mid-April. Ideally late March or early April. But yeah, I'm looking forward to putting this out there. Okay, that looks like it worked fine. Let's do this again. And this. I think I messed up a tiny portion of that. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Now it's up to the farm to decide. Okay, we got our tooltips. Let's go check this in. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Yep. Oh, and I did not look at that. I need to look at that. This should say all the crop names. Carrot, pepper, tomato, grape, pumpkin. Yeah. I forgot I changed that. Okay, check these things in. Show tooltips on crops. All right, last thing we got to do, under that, is fill out the farmer's dialogue. Farmer. It's not even in here. It's in greeting. So they say, hi, I'll tell you how your farm works. That part's fine. But then this next part says, update this text. And that's not fine. So we got to tell you, what do we want to tell you? How to get seeds. how to harvest. I don't know if you even need to know that. And what to do with the food you get. Does it have any sort of IL2 CPP on build? Or is the project fully reverse engineerable if you upload it to say itch? I'm not sure. I think GD script is very reverse engineerable. I'm not sure about C sharp. I think C sharp, just by virtue of having like your bytecode having decompilers, I think you probably can probably still reverse engineer it. You open launch checkpoint 5, but we already had checkpoint 5. We did? Wait, really? A 5 closed. We did. Yeah, I forgot. Wow. Okay. My bad. I I meant for this to say checkpoint 6. I thought we stopped at 4. Yeah, I really didn't remember that. Nice catch indeed. Thanks, Dark. All right, so how to get seeds. So I guess the same thing here. Drop potions into the seed maker near me to extract seeds. Yeah, I guess extract seeds and plant them on your farm. And then the third thing can say, when a crop is fully grown, click it to harvest it. This gives you food that you can use to permanently upgrade your adventurer's health. And that's it. That's why I said this is dead simple, because it's just typing text. So now we're going to look at it in game, make sure it looks good. Click U. Hi, I'll tell you how your farm works. Drop potions into the seed maker near me to extract seeds and plant them on your farm. When a crop is fully grown, click it to harvest it. This gives you food that you can use to permanently upgrade your adventurer's health. Nice. And that's it. Update farmer dialogue. I want to amend that. There. All right, now a .NET format. Let's also get rid of this. Then we can merge, and we should be good. Done with that, done with that. So the only thing I haven't tackled from all of these tasks at this point is this, making crops drop on the ground when they're done. And I still want to try it. Yeah. What is the value of it? Health value or sell value? Just health value. So your health is 150 here. You will be able to upgrade this to 160 by eating enough food, and then 200, and then 250 or something. You know, I don't know what the increments are going to be. But that's how all of your stats are going to work. Fortitude is what's raised by fishing. So you get fish scales and you use those for your fortitude. And then power is going to be through the tavern, except for I'm not totally sure what we're going to theme these as, like power crystals or something. I don't know what. And skill points will be through rare drops you get in battle. This, I think we should just export into its own issue at this point. Convert to issue. Did it copy over all the... No, it didn't. All right, delete that, delete that. Let's put this over here. Let's just edit this in VS Code. There. Okay, I think the only reason why not to do this reasons why not to do this. It requires more worker/adventurer time and it's slightly more complex than the current system. Congrats, James. 10 health points is value not a bit misleading. No, so okay, there's a layer of abstraction here that I never mentioned, which is food is going to be, it's going to be almost like experience points. So imagine like a food experience or something. Like level 1 might be 0 out of 10, but then level 2 might be 0 out of 20 and then 0 out of 40 or something like that. So when you get a pumpkin at level 0, yeah, you're going to level up. But then the next time it's only going to give you half of a level. And maybe this level, just like in regular games, this might give you plus 5 HP, and this one might give you a little bit more, maybe 10 HP or something like that. 92 is halfway to 99. That was what D2 was like that, I guess. I put ABB instead of ABC. One character out in 100 lines of code feels bad, man. That's what happens. So OMG High, does that make sense what I explained there? Because I think we just had to explain it in the game, and I think it'll be okay. In RuneScape, that's the case. I was gonna say in WoW, I don't remember where exactly the halfway point is, but I think it was like 42 is halfway to 60, something like that. Are you gonna expand the food experience? Or are you adding cooking? I don't think so. I think this is where we'll probably stop it, but I'm not certain how people will take all of this, and that's what Checkpoint 6 is going to be about. We're going to have farming, we're going to have fishing, and people will be able to say like, okay, that was fun. I like upgrading my adventures this way, or man, I hate this, or man, fishing needs to be better, or something like that. 99 to 100 is 50%. I just can't imagine being motivated to get that last level at that point. Because even playing Diablo 2, I've never gotten a level 99. I get bored somewhere in the 90s, and I just think, is this what my life has become? I'm gonna do like 400 boss runs for one level, and I just at that point I just stop. Usually that's when I uninstall the game. I love the concept. I'm really glad. I'm really glad because I'm happy with how this stuff turned out. And I don't know if you saw how fishing plays out, but the way it works is you just like you've got the same machine in both of these spots. But just like with the machine on the farm, you drag potions here, or you just turn this on and your workers drag potions here. And then this extracts fish eggs from the potions. Don't ask. And when there are fish in your pond, then you choose your pond, start a battle, and your adventurers then will collect their scales. So it's a very different fishing system for most games. You end the battle, you end up with 2 fish scales, and yeah, you use these to increase your fortitude. It's just a prestige thing. Yeah, and I kind of get it from that perspective. I think what a lot of RPGs sort of bake into their players is numbers must go up somehow, and a lot of times that's experience. So what happens when you hit max level? And it's like, okay, well now there's still people still want progression. So a lot of MMOs will do some sort of end game gearing system, but action RPGs typically have the gearing be just along the way, and the levels are just for a tiny bit more stats or skill points or something. So it's like, oh, well, what happens to be maxed out? And it's like, well, more stats, more skill points, more whatever, Paragon levels and merit points and whatever else they have. Do we fight alien planets? There's no fighting for the farm. I didn't want it to be too similar to fishing. So on the farm, it's just harvest. And that's why I'm curious, like, will people like this? Is this enough for people to enjoy? And maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. But I think it's pretty neat, and it's cool that we got all this working. And we have upgrades for it too. You can get rid of the rocks on your farm. And you can plant different kinds of crops. And fill the well, make them grow faster. Yeah. Oh my God, 900 hours in Cookie Clicker? I didn't even know that was possible. I only fleetingly played the game. to understand what it's about. You ever consider adding battle events to the farm? For example, every once in a while, it gets infested with rabbits. And when you click on an event, it takes you to a battle selection screen to choose a party to defeat them. I, I've just never been sold on this idea. And I think part of the reason why is what's the purpose? So is the purpose just to get you to look at your farm every once in a while and be like, oh, there are rabbits, click, and then you do a battle and you're like guaranteed to win? Or is it supposed to be that it's a hard battle that you're supposed to like prep for and you can't bypass the farm stage or they won't grow anymore until you beat that level? In which case, like, how do you strategize for a party? How do you make sure it's balanced for where they are in the game? I just can't come up with a compelling reason for it other than the flavor of, oh yeah, your crops could spoil or there could be crows getting your plants. You just leave your computer running all the time. Yeah, but still, that means that you made it a point to keep the game open. You must check in on it. I'm not saying it's like so alien to me that someone would play the game for that long because it's an idle game, but it's interesting because I didn't know there's that much content. Yeah, so there's no automating the harvesting yet, which I think people will ask about. I wonder if it'd be interesting to have, I don't know what this would even be, like some something you deposit coins into. Maybe you fill it with like up to 1,000 gold and it slowly ticks down over time. So it's spending your gold on something. Maybe it's making your adventurers move faster. So basically, I guess sort of like spells for your town, but they cost gold instead of mana. In fact, I wonder if I just struck gold there. Puns aside, I wonder if that's interesting. What if spells cost money, not mana? And my gut feeling tells me they should cost mana and there should be a way to buy mana then if you're going to do that. Like you buy a mana potion or something. Yeah. But I don't think it matters right now. All right, what did we just do? Did I have changes? I typed a 1 accidentally and I deleted a, oh, this was .NET format. Okay, run .NET format. Spell upgrades across code? Yes, and that is the plan. Probably on Monday is what we're going to do. So right now there are these spell books, but there's no perk system here. We're going to add a board just like we added for these other ones. So imagine this said enchanter perks, and it'll say like faster mana recovery, unlock new spells, whatever else, some other perks, spell power, something, I don't know. Yeah. Will it be mandatory to harvest them? Is it mandatory to increase the health? If no, then there shouldn't be a need to automate it. It's hard to say because I don't know what the balance of the game is, but I'm going to design for it to be necessary to increase your health to some extent. So let me put it this way. The only way to increase any of these three things is to at some point have manually clicked somewhere. Like it won't be a fully automated system from start to finish. Like fishing, for example, you could always leave an adventurer in your fishing pond. And now as you get more fish, they'll just automatically fight those fish. And I guess farming doesn't have a way of automating it yet, but I want there to be an automation way. So you could just like leave this thing toggled and then eventually you'll just keep getting crops. I kind of want that to be like a late game thing though. I'm still torn on this. I'm still torn. I feel like there should be some way to automate this and I don't know what. Maybe we should change this issue so that it says consider automating harvesting crops. Yeah, save that and then write some ideas here. Idea crops drop on the ground and can be relocated by workers. Motorboat coming in hot. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And I recognize 2 of those names. And at least Oppressal watches, so I know that it'll at least benefit someone. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Spell and skill slots could also cost gold. Adventurer slots could cost gold. So adventurers do cost gold. Spell and skill slots are going to be... Oh, maybe you're talking about the enchanter. Well, enchanter skill, or sorry, adventurer skills are going to be found through battle. Okay, so this is one idea. The other idea was there's a device that harvests for you. Maybe we use the spinning scythe graphics and say that it can harvest one crop every so often. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had these graphics somewhere. I don't know where they are. I don't even know where I have this stuff open. I don't have it open, so I'm not gonna go find it. But if it's in here somewhere, I could show you. No, I can't. All right. Well, somewhere there's a scythe graphic that we can use. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. All right, let's go merge this. Actually, before I do, I should probably just do a quick sanity check. All right, so you can build the farm. Allows you to grow crops to permanently raise your adventurer's health. We get the farm. You're like, what in the world is this? How does this work? You click here, tell you how your farm works. Oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Drop potions into the seed maker near me. Cool. To extract seeds and plant them on your farm. When a crop is fully grown, click it to harvest it. This gives you food you can use to permanently upgrade your adventurer's health. Okay, so I need some potions. So I go start a battle. And we win the battle and we get a potion and I turn this on. What does this say? When on, workers will prioritize bringing potions to the seed maker. All right, so what do we plant? We got a carrot. Food value 2. I don't know what that means. I like the idea of some extra flavor for adventurers. It'll probably come in the form of names first, but yeah, something like having them wait at the tavern or upgrade themselves somehow. So this thing's growing. I wonder if we should write in the tooltip here like this just grows automatically. I think you'll realize it. Because even if you don't realize it, at some point you're going to realize, oh, the carrot grew. So something causes to happen. So then we harvest this. Oh wait, first we look at the shader. We're like, whoa, it's glowing. This is the greatest game I've ever seen. I can harvest the plants? It's even better. And then you look at the perks and realize how much money this stuff costs. All right, let's get all the different kinds of crops. We don't have enough money to do anything else. Let's fight in a battle that gives us a lot of potions. And I'll just click this thing or this thing. Cool. We'll add some workers. They'll give me my crops. We got a pumpkin, pumpkin, carrot, and pumpkin. Wow, that's 32 food. Does it scythe harvest crops faster? Yeah, I want there to be some sort of like crossover between these systems at some point, and I'm not totally sure how I want to do that yet. Like, let's say crops can drop on the ground. What if you brought a crop into the extractor and it was worth even more fish than potions were? Stuff like that would be pretty interesting. Or maybe you make a food shop at some point and you can sell your crops. Yeah. All right, yeah. In general, I think this is pretty good. I kind of want to push this stuff on a super alpha branch that people could just try this stuff out now and tell me if there are any bugs, but the systems don't do anything. I guess you can harvest this for food and the food is tracked. Oh, that's not good. Let's just crash. Uh-oh. I was just about to push this code. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, it's broken in. So yeah, it did hit an exception. Where? We try to get the growth stage of a crop that already is gone because this is from the tooltip, update tooltip. Huh. But the hovered crop still exists. Has it been destroyed? It has. How is that possible? Oh, it's not null yet. That's why. Uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-oh. Is that the first crash after the update? Well, this is a crash because of my, well, this isn't actually even a crash, I guess. This is just my logic being bad. Like I know what I messed up here. I don't know how yet. All right, well, we know that we harvested a carrot right at the end. And then in process it messes up. So it's because we didn't hide the tooltip from this thing. But we could call this no matter what. It'd be the same logic. But we know this is insufficient. This caused an error. Hide from source. We never set this to null. So it thinks that there's a crop, but it's been disposed. We could check here. This would be very easy. We could use just something like, what is it, like, is instance valid? Yeah, that. Or not Godot object dot is instance valid. Yeah, that would fix this problem too. Cannot convert from crop to ulong. Oh, the ID still made it in there. Thought I did not type that. So that would fix this bug. But I don't know how we got into that state. I harvested the crop, which would have called this, but then this must have been false. So it thought we were hovering over a different crop. I guess if I moved the mouse really fast when I harvested, that could have happened. To give choice and avoid food or fish scale inflation. Yeah, I agree. I don't know how how we're gonna work with that. And I am a bit concerned about it. I think what's nice is just having different systems in the game that you can start to affect. Like, let's say fish scales do matter for more than just upgrading your fortitude. Well, now you have more reason to get fish. And maybe the farm lets you get fish faster and the fish lets you get whatever enchanter spells faster or something like that. Maybe there's a mana fish that spawns in your pond every once in a while and just refills your mana to maximum. Should we just say we fixed it and not try to find out anything more? Yeah, I don't know. I guess let's just make sure nothing bad happens here. You can't click and move away too quickly, can you? I guess you can. Wait, 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 wait. It still showed up there. Hold on a second. Oh my God, that's why. Okay, so I harvested it, which hid the tooltip, but then I moved away from it and back onto it, and it showed the tooltip. Okay. Okay, now I understand. So ideally, this is not needed here. And what we need to do is prevent you from hovering over a crop that's been harvested already. Where does that happen? Here, hovered over. This is actually fine if we do this, but then something needs to, no, it's actually not fine. Let's not do that. So if not has been harvested, is that a thing? Can we get that? Where does it exist? Was already harvested is what's called. Sorry. Ah, there we go. Was already harvested. Then do this up here. Yeah. All right, now I don't like having function definitions inside of ready unless they're one line. So let's, I guess, move this into on mouse entered. Private void on mouse entered. Except for that's not what I want. I want this. Good and good. Okay, that should fix that bug. Hey, Unknown, how you doing? Got myself thinking about macaroni earlier, so I'm off to do that. Have a great weekend. Adam will be expecting a report on my desk by Monday. Yes, I will get that, sir. Yes, sir. Enjoy your macaroni. I had Thai food yesterday. So I had Thai food leftovers for lunch today. But otherwise, I have no food plans for the rest of the weekend, I guess. Can I read anywhere about how you designed or structured the farm feature? Is there a dirt slime? I don't think there's anywhere to read about it, but I can just show you really fast. Well, actually, let me test this really quickly. Yeah, nice. I think this fixed it. Try that one more time. Yeah, cool. Okay, no more crash. What I get? Pad Thai? Yes. But from a different place. Thai might be a better idea. Thai is always a good idea. Yeah, so Unknown, check this out. We will go back to the title screen. I'll start from scratch and I'll just show off the farming feature because we're about to merge it. So it's pretty much done. So there's a sign here, just like everything else. And you could see it in here if you wanted to farm. So we build the farm and it starts with just a 2x2 plot of land that you can use, although you can't see the individual plots there. And just like with the fishing pond, you have a seed maker, which takes potions, which your workers can bring over here, and they will turn into seeds. So this will plant 1 seed. The next potion will cause 2 to be planted, and we're only going to get carrots at first because that's all we can grow. But if I click grant most things and then go down to the perks board over here, we have this perk, crop variety. This lets you plant peppers, tomatoes, grapes. This one clears rocks. So if I clear out all the rocks, we get more plots again, and more plots again. So now all the rocks are gone. And then the well, which fills up as I click this one, and that makes crops grow faster. You can hover over the crops to see their growth stage. When they hit their maximum, which I'm just going to speed up here, they highlight in a certain color to let you know that they're ready to be harvested. It even says it in the tooltip. Click it, you harvest it, and now you get food, and that's the end of what we've implemented. So food exists, and I have 2 of it now, but there's no way to use it, and there's no way to see that you have 2 of it. So if I were to save the game, you would actually see it inside the save file. Num food is 2. The well does not dry out over time, no. But now if we plant more crops, we'll get different varieties of crops. So if I do this, yeah, so now we have a tomato, pepper, carrot. Shouldn't we have, yeah, grapes. Should be a pumpkin somewhere. Did I not upgrade this fully? No, I didn't. Okay, so then we can't have a pumpkin. But yeah, that's a feature. And I think it's pretty good. Did we get a pumpkin? No, still no. All right, let's speed this up and get a pumpkin here. Yeah, I think it's looking really good. I'm happy with how this turned out. Also, man, highlighting these crops is like the greatest thing. This is so much more satisfying to be able to tell what you can click. Well, I'm so glad I did that. That is a very, very good change. I just want a pumpkin now. Give me the pumpkin. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. There it is. We're 10 food. Who knows what that even means? And then make the farm mesh with the overworld. And Neochromer. I assume planted crop type is random? Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so it's not always the max value. So as you unlock this skill, your average expected value is rising. But at the end, it's what? 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10 divided by 5. So your expected value is 4.8 food per crop, up from 2 food per crop when you only plant carrots. So you're getting more than double the amount of food per crop. And I don't know, I wanted it to be like, oh, hey, you got a pumpkin. You feel good about getting that because you know you're getting 5 times the amount that a carrot would give you. But who knows? Maybe it's unfun gameplay. Totally could be. All right, so we fixed a bug here. Yeah. Fixed bug with crop tooltips. After harvesting a crop, you could move the mouse out of the crop and back on, and it would show a tooltip even though the crop was already harvested. Now we hide the, now we prevent that from happening. Right? Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Oh, and I guess this would cause an exception because we try updating the tooltip of a disposed object. It's going well. How you doing, Neochromer? Can you reroll a plant? No. Imagine we make all your workers go step on that plant. I don't want carrots. All right, merge branch. Close 791. Add farming system. This closes 791. There is, I guess, like the fishing pond, there is no use for food yet. We still have to work on adventurer progression. Create. All right, 122 files changed. Just a casual amount of files. So we added in a sound file that counts for 2. Then 2, 4, 6, 8, I don't know, like 9 picture files. So that counts for 18. So it's really only like we added 102 files. Except for not even, oh wait, oh, I forgot to run the tool here. Upgrade UIDs. This will make sure I didn't omit any UID files, I think. You apply fish skills on crops, thereby increasing their fortitude and make it harder to harvest. Armored crops, you have to click 3 times to penetrate the scaly buildup. Did this do anything? Oh my god, it changed everything. Okay, that's not good. Okay, it turns out it changed everything because I added shader parameters. I probably shouldn't have even exposed these. But it also modified some UIDs, and these might have been important. Yeah, my only real question is, should we even expose these? I never customized them. I might eventually, but if I might, then I should do it then. Yeah, I should get rid of these now. All we care about is this. Oh, sorry, it's still gonna, okay, yeah, it's gonna modify that, isn't it? No, but that doesn't, wait, can you hide this from the editor? I don't know if it's possible, and I don't really care, I guess. Godot shader hide uniform from editor. Nope. Well, whatever then. But still, we should. Oh, we can't turn them off. Oh, we could make these constants though. These two. No, if we're gonna modify one, we might as well modify them all. It's already gonna have to modify all those scenes anyway. Yeah, fine. So I'll say run Godot UID tool. Commit. Sync. All right, where did the PR go? Here it is. All right, so ignoring that stuff, let's expand all this again. I just want to take a quick look through. I'm not going to look through 122 files very closely. I just want to skim and I want to see what we did. Oh, hang on a second. Little Meowsy out there is getting vocal. Yeah, you want to jump up? That's right. That's right, you want to jump up. Hi. Do you want to jump up here? Yeah. Good girl. What a good cat. Pushing the microphone farther from my face so you can't hear me. review this PR. These are all scene files. I care about the code a little bit. And then, yeah, come on over. Come on. Okay, go girl. What did she do? Everything turned dark. Oh my God, she's purring so loudly. All right, we're going to merge this. What a good meowies. I love this cat. Gorgeous color. She a Velcro kitty. She's become more of a lap cat. But yeah, I really like her colors. This is her. This is the cat. That was from when we first adopted her. I wonder if I can show you a better photo now. Okay, let me show you this photo. This was me. She does this thing where she like pulls my arm over to try to rest on my arm and then fall asleep despite me still using my computer. Oh yeah. She's a good cat. All right, farming is done. Done. So Dark, I would like to request your help now with these things, which is to make the farm look a little bit better. Are you up for that? Or should I do that on my own? Ask Dark for farming help. Oh yeah, and then show chat the tabs concept. Yeah, I'll show this off. Oh, she's digging her claws into my leg. You're a good cat, but your claws hurt. All right, let's go find out where that is. Yeah, 821. Let's go pull that. Close out all these things too. All right, GHPR checkout. Not possible to fast forward. Why? Push 5 commits. I haven't made commits, have I? I keep forgetting how this is supposed to work, how I like fix this problem. May have rebased. Pull after rebase. Had to force push. I need to reset, right? This cat, oh man, your breath. You gotta brush your teeth more. You can reset or delete the local branch. Oops. Ow. All right, does that work? All right, that we're hopefully up to date now. Let's try running this. All right, so check this out, chat. We have this town menu up here with the battle map, adventures, etc. And what Kevin's been working on is this UI, which puts it into a tab container. And a lot of this is not totally finalized yet, so the styles don't match. But this, at least, way of using the UI, and then... Oh, wait, I might not have the latest code. Or maybe you only mocked that up, Kevin, that this was on the top. But yeah, you'd have access to all your different perks through here, too. Anyway, I generally like this. I just wanted the tabs to not be on the bottom here. I think if you try hovering over something, it breaks. Oh, not anymore. Hey, what are you doing? She wants pet. I think I pushed to commit with the tabs at the top. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And then down here, there'd be stats and skills. So yeah, I think we'll probably end up switching to something like that. Do you want to sit down? Okay. Good cat. She's just purring so loudly. What time is it? Okay, it's almost 4. Can't hear the purrs. Yeah, I know. That's too bad. I have a purr canceling microphone. Oh, goodbye, cat. Delete my changes. Wow, what a day. What a day. Okay. I think that's probably it for today. On Monday, I want to tackle adding perks for the slime and the enchanter. I'm not even totally sure what the perks are, so we need to design these first. And then the rare item stuff, I think that'll be fun to do. And then we're going to need to change adventure progression and stabilize and stuff. We can probably release checkpoint 6 by the end of this month, yeah. There are other things I'd like to do though. I'd like to get a better battle map, or like in terms of sprites. And I'm not sure what else there was. I wonder if we should work on more music. Maybe do another music stream. I've been working on a tune that I just think sounds a little too somber for the game, but it'd be nice if it could fit. All right. Well, my last time begging for wishlist for today, but if you haven't already wishlisted the game and it looks even mildly interesting to you, please do come over here, click, I guess, wishlist and follow that wishlist. Follow if you want. I don't know. I don't know what following does for you, but wishlisting at least keeps the game on your radar. Can we hear it? I don't have my keyboard anywhere. And even if I did, it's the tiny keyboard that I have. I need like the full size piano to play it for you, I think. But yeah, if I do a music stream, I'll almost certainly play it. It could be made to fit in the game. It's just, I like how it sounds now. All right, who's online? Let's trade tape here. It's not a phase. Let me make my emotional music. See you around. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday. I think it'll be more business as usual, coding and stuff. And I'm really, really hoping to get to the point where we can have people test out farming and fishing. So thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend, and let's all say hi to Tape here.